Am I the a-hole for not adopting my niece and sending her to foster care? I'm 34 male. My sister, 27, has a very long history of choosing toxic partners while ignoring her daughter who is 8 years old. The last man she has chosen as a romantic partner is a thug who would do meth in front of the little girl. When I discovered this, I sent CPS on their house. Sending them to jail for child mistreatment and neglect was a quick process because there was evidence of it everywhere in that house. However, there was no one else to take care of the child. I took temporary custody but cannot take care of a child for the rest of my life. I just can't. I don't have enough money, time, or energy for that. I never wanted kids, and I was okay with living a good enough life where I can keep myself afloat, and adding a kid to my lifestyle would break me financially. My niece was heartbroken, but I hope she can understand when becomes older. Because of that, she was put in the system in a house with other foster kids. My family's bashing me over this. My mom said that I destroyed a family and then didn't even care to adopt a child. Some of my uncles said the same. My best friend also told me that the system could be worse than whatever happened at my sister's house because she could at least have her mom besides her. I visit my niece quite frequently. She is always glad to see me but always asks at least once during the day why she can't live with me. And I say, because I can't give you a good life. Anyway, I'm very lost right now. Did I do the right thing? Now for the top comments. As a former foster youth, not the a-hole, it is going to be very hard for her in care. But if she gets a good home, they are more prepared for the trauma she went through. However, I will say you're the a-hole if you plan on leaving her life. Talk to her foster parents, case social worker, whoever, and set up regular visits. Like weekly visits. Maybe you can sign up as a respite as her parent so you can care for her sometimes, but not be a parent. Be present in her life because I'm sure she's lonely right now. Excellent advice. I hope Opie reads your post. Because if she doesn't get a good home, at least the family will be on notice that uncle is present and checking in on her. Why is no one else in the family stepping up to take her in? I don't really know. I think they stick it to me because I'm the only one still childless. Exactly. I hate when people criticize adults without children and try and pressure them to have kids or dump their own kids on them. You can sign up to be a foster parent. As an immediate relative to her parent, you get priority. And we will bend over backwards to get you certified so you can keep her. Then send you checks to help. If money is really the only thing stopping you, please call and ask about foster care certification. She could be in foster care in your home. Wouldn't that be awesome? I didn't know that. Maybe could look into it. Yes, and they will pay you a monthly sum for her care, maybe even food stamps. I used to work at a summer camp at a YMCA where half of the kids were foster care kids. The states paid for the summer camp for the foster kids. If money is your biggest worry, and money can pay for a babysitter, after-school care, summer camp, etc., then let someone at CPS know and ask them what resources they have available. Wherever she is now or goes, group home or foster placement is getting paid. They can pay you that money so she can stay. Good luck. Next story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to take care of my children's half-sister while their father has surgery? My ex and I share 3 children together ages 12, 11, and 9. Our marriage broke down bitterly more than 8 years ago. He had fallen for someone else. She was someone who had treated me like crap for months for what was then an unknown reason to me. But either they were having an emotional affair or a physical one, but something was brewing between them. She took her anger at the fact he was married out onto me, and when he was finally honest and open with me, he allowed her to come into the home we had shared to tell me she was going to be my kid's mom, and she would take my life over. So things were not good for a long time, but I have never forgiven him for how all of that was handled, especially when I had a very difficult time after the birth of our youngest. Fast forward 18 months and they're married, and she's pregnant. Ex is having a hard time getting our kids excited and happy, and attempted to get me to play happy family with them for the sake of the kids. I told him that the only positive thing I could do was say nothing at all. Because I was not going to play friends or like a caring family member for them or their baby. When his daughter was born, the mom bailed. Apparently, she hadn't really wanted kids, just him, but realized he was never going to love her more than the kids. She died a little less than 6 months later. When he found out, he wanted me to get involved with his daughter. He told me his ex wasn't coming back, and that he had 3 kids with 2 parents and 1 with just him. I told him I would never be that little girl's mother. Over the years, I have attempted to get used to this little girl. She's innocent and my children's half-sister. I'm not playing a familial role, but I am friendly around her and interact with her on occasion. Mostly I try to make things easier for my kids. Ex tried to remarry again, but his daughter wanted a mother, and a woman did not want to be one, so she's had a chaotic life. Ex has been suffering from some health problems for a number of years now. He's due to have a pretty big surgery to try and help, but he has nobody who can take care of his daughter while he's off his feet. So he asked me. He also asked if I would be willing to become her guardian if something were to happen to him. This is where more hard lines were drawn, and I said no. He begged me, and I told him I did not want to raise his child nor look after her, / spend that amount of time with her. He told me it would be better for her to be with me than friends of his who have no kids. He said it would be better for her to be with family. I told him there was no way. He tried to get our kids involved, but they told him it would be weird for her to live with us. I was angry at him for involving them like that. We argued for more than a week. He called me an a-hole for taking this out on his child. Then I found out she knew. She looked so sad when I saw her last. And knowing what she's been through, I have to ask, am I the a-hole? Edited to add. Some questions have been asked a few times, so I feel like I should try to answer in my main post. Ex's family are not involved. They do not like each other. And they do not have a relationship. They do not stay in touch. Last I knew, they all live in different countries and have no interest in a relationship. The mom's family, it's complicated and I can't go into a lot, but they are not involved and are not really suitable people to have around / raising a child, so they would not be around to take care of her either. My children are not close with her. They are not unkind, but they are far closer with each other than they are her, and they don't have the same relationship with her as they have with each other. It's not even close to it, really. The little girl in question is 6. Not the a-hole at all. Why would he even tell her, a 6-year-old, that you refused it if not to emotionally manipulate you? He's a disgusting human being. Don't let him make you feel bad, because you've done nothing wrong. I don't believe he told her. I think he got careless while arguing with me and didn't make sure she was out of earshot. The only reason I think that is because he looked so guilty last I saw him. He even sounds it, more than he ever did for anything else. At least he has that much going for him. I was thinking he was the weaselest weasel who ever weaseled. First off, wow. I can't fathom the amount of hurt you've been through with him. Definitely not the a-hole. You have no obligation to him after what he put you through. Oh, he put me through a world of hurt. And really, I'm only starting to feel the edges coming off the anger. Still can't forgive him, and I doubt I ever will. But the way he treated me, allowed her to treat me, and then expected me to act like they were my BFFs? I'll never forget that time of my life. That's for sure. Looking at the timeline, you were pregnant and/or with a baby when that all went down. That would have made it extra scary and added extra pain to the memories. I understand how he feels it is in the best interest of the child to keep her with her siblings in the event of his death. The problem is that it's too much to ask of you. Has he ever really even apologized for his cruelty to you? Not the a-hole. That man is a horrendous, manipulative piece of work. That's as polite as I can be talking about someone like him. I hate him, and I've never met him, lol. You're not the a-hole, not even remotely, and good on you for standing your ground and not being manipulated into anything. I genuinely hope that his daughter is happy and very well cared for though. Little Angel deserves nothing but love and happiness. Next story. Am I the a-hole for yelling at my mom after she said she probably can't attend my husband's memorial? My female 28 husband died a month ago. My heart feels like it's been ripped out of my chest, but I'm trying to get through it all. The funeral was small, in his home state. We have the memorial on Saturday, which friends and extended family are attending. My mom is very close to her siblings. I want to add that I also have a good relationship with my cousins, aunts, and uncles. And my reaction isn't based off some build-up anger or something. My 5-year-old cousin fell yesterday and hit his head. He had a pretty bad bruise and vomited. They went to the ER. He got checked out with a CT scan, and thankfully everything is fine internally. My aunt let the family know what was going on, and my mom was going crazy with worry. She let me know and told me to talk to my aunt, so I called her and she was crying, saying how scared they all got. Then mom said she wasn't sure if she could attend my husband's memorial depending on how my cousin is doing. I was pretty shocked. She said that my aunt and uncle are going through a lot of emotional turmoil and she's worried about them. Now, I will completely understand if my aunt's family can't make it, but I want my mother to be with me through my emotional turmoil. I admit I sort of lost it. I cried/yelled at her on the phone that I'm sorry what happened to my cousin, but they are fine. My husband is dead. I'm barely holding it together, and now she's telling me she can't make it? My mom said I'm overreacting and something really bad could have happened to my cousin. I hung up. She just sent me a message saying she understands I'm emotional and she'll try to make it, but I should be more understanding towards my baby cousin. I decided to post here for some unbiased opinions if I went too far yelling at my mom. Now for the comments. Not the a-hole. I feel like her daughter should take priority over a child with 2 functioning parents. Then to gaslight you over your feelings? Damn. Her mother is trying to make it seem as though a child with 2 parents being injured is more important than her daughter grieving the recent death of her husband. To say her daughter is overreacting is discounting her very reasonable feelings on the situation. Is gaslighting. Exactly that. Sorry for your cousin. As a father, I know how stressful it can be, but I'm glad cousin's fine. But they have each other, while you shouldn't be alone. You have every reason to lose it for whatever reason, and this one's particularly justified. My sincere condolences for your loss. Yes, Mom said something terrible could have happened to the cousin? Well, something irrevocably terrible happened to Opie's husband, and Mom should definitely be there. So sad. Exactly this. The parents are beside themselves and in emotional turmoil over something that could have been bad but wasn't? Neither of these people are going to make it as parents if they get this caught up in every fall, bump, and bruise. And Opie's mom is enabling this? WTF. Opie, you are so not the a-hole. And honestly, if my mom did something this heartless, I probably wouldn't talk to her for a long time. Not saying you should cut her off. Just saying that's what I would do because I'd be so hurt/angry. Also, my sincerest condolences about your husband. I can't even imagine being that heartbroken and not having my mom there to comfort me. Absolutely not the a-hole. If there is ever a time that your mom absolutely needs to put her worries and other people's needs aside for you, it is now. There should have been a non-negotiable arrangement for her apart from an absolute emergencies. I don't know what support she can possibly provide to the parents of the child who is doing fine that could ever outweigh the support you need from her right now. So sorry for your loss, Opie. I hope you have people around you, mother or not. Yep, the fact that your mother considered leaving your side for what could have been is weird and tells me she likes drama. Not the a-hole, and I'm so very sorry for your loss. Last story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to speak at my severely disabled brother's funeral? My 18 male brother of 14 male was severely disabled. He had autism with the mind of 12-month-old. Most of the memories I have from before his birth were positive, but these are limited since I was only 4 when he was born. My parents suspected that something wasn't right when he was 18 months and regressing. From what they told me, he said his first word at 14 months and was reaching his milestones, but one day at 18 months he just started regressing. He was diagnosed with autism, and it was severe autism not long afterwards. He got what's called respite care starting when he was 6 years old, and someone would look after him for several hours most days of the week. In spite of this, the respite care decreased as he got older and I was in charge of him a lot. This meant little to no time with friends, no after-school sports, just looking after that thing. My brother outgrew me when he was 12 and I was 16. I'm only 5'6", 125 pounds. He was 5'10", 295 pounds. I'll let you figure out where this is going. I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD, the former also likely because of him. My brother suffered a heart attack and died on the 11th. He was very obese and also had a heart condition we knew nothing about. I got the news while at school. The principal called me to his office and broke the news. I'm not going to lie. I cried out of happiness, and I basically celebrated in his office. He awkwardly dismissed me, and when I got home from school, my parents yelled at me that I was heartless. But I told them that I had no life because of him, and they've hinted that I would have been his full-time caregiver sometime in the future. I hated my brother. I'm grounded until further notice and have been since Tuesday of last week. I'm typing this from an old iPhone I found in my nightstand drawer. My parents are basically making me write a speech to recite at his funeral, which is on Saturday, with my dad writing some rough drafts, but I told them no. I feel for my parents because nobody should have to experience losing a child, but when I found out he died, it was as if the world had been lifted off my shoulders. Not the a-hole for not wanting to read a speech. You're the a-hole for everything else. I get that you hated your brother, but it's not about him right now. Your parents are grieving. Badly. Don't be an ass and celebrate their trauma. I'm not celebrating their trauma. It's not my intention. I celebrated the fact that I will finally have a life and maybe overcome my PTSD now that it's gone. And you celebrated very publicly. Intentions or not, the result is the same. Your parents just lose one of their child, and the other one is laughing in their face at their misfortune. Imagine how hard this must be for them. Try to have a little empathy for them. They don't deserve this. Opie is a mentally ill teenager who spent most of his life being parentified and neglected in favor of his younger brother. If Opie's parents didn't want him to feel this way about his younger brother, or about their parents for that matter, they should have made better choices. You need therapy. You're right. I'm hoping that if I become ungrounded, that I will start the path to recovery. Don't wait. Talk to your school counselor. My school schedule is full 8 to 3, and my mom picks me up from school promptly after since I got my car keys taken away. And sessions during lunch isn't optional because she doesn't allow food in her office. I've got an 8:30 bedtime because I'm grounded, so sorry for not responding anymore.